Go.
for the agenda and stuff. Yeah, man. I've been so busy the last couple of weeks. I really haven't stopped to try and get ready for the CCNA test, man. I'm tired of certifications, yo.
All right, man. Look, so we live, man, and live and late as ever. Thanks to the inclement, unpredictable nature of kids. But look, man, it's week 9. Y'all were lamenting about bad early bad trades in the fantasy leagues where folks were giving away championships off of week 2 trades. I think James, you talking about our league, they was going on from the get go, right? Talking about how you trading your draft already. Apparently, you're not that good at drafting.
That's what I told them. Week 2, they was making trades, yo. Like they was trading top tier talent in week 2, which made no sense. Someone's excuse was he ain't do nothing.
He ain't do nothing. Game 1 week. He was done with it.
1 week, yo. It was crazy. And the sad part about it is, it's somebody that ain't a regular in our league, yo. Like, we feel like, yo, who let him in? Like, yo, you know what I mean? Who vouched for him?
Who let him in?
This is the extreme part, right? So you got one dude trading off a week 1 performance, and then you got another cat was holding on to Michael Thomas for a number of weeks. So that's how you know it's two different extremes in terms of your thought process.
Yo, it's crazy over there, yo. Like it's crazy.
You gotta beware who you let in the league, Slim. Look, the thing is, I think he caught it early too. Folks wasn't hating on trades just yet. So right. Normally we veto all the trades early on if we think somebody getting getting the better end of it. But man,
So real quick, yo, on the early beginning podcast small talk. So we went paintballing yesterday. I just want to say my first time saying Jose non-virtual. Yo, I didn't think Jose was gonna be that tall, yo. I might be biased,
I'm 6'2", man.
I don't know what it is. He stood eye to eye with me, yo. I was looking like he was like 5'10" or something, yo.
Nope. Oh.
I'm not at least I'm honest, yo. I'm biased, yo. I'm like, yo, I think he's Spanish just cause I don't know. I just figured like maybe because you're Spanish, Jose. Maybe because you were Spanish.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely 6'2". I'm definitely 6'2".
Like Jose was like eye to eye. I'm like, oh, because I might be bad.
he looking down like, oh, well that.
Nah, it's surprised me too because both him and my man Zeke came from both played at Western, and I didn't even know they had athletes like that.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
I was like, hold on, where was y'all at?
Right, yo,
we just didn't have the coaches. We had the athletes. We just didn't have the coaches.
I'll wait till you get off the podcast. Like, what class were you? Because
he's our class.
Huh? Our class, right?
They was our class.
96.
That goes to show you how great we were because we ain't had no coaches. Our coach was terrible, man. We ran hold on, I should say this on a live podcast, but we ran like
3 yards of cloud of dust.
No, y'all listen, y'all offense y'all coaches must have been better than ours. Like we had people out of place. Like most of our players that went to college really beasted out in college or really did good, and they were really athletes. They played both ways in college. So
we had the same issue. Yo.
We had the same issue, yo. Our number one conversation is how we had people out of place. How everybody was out. That's me, Rodney, Sean. Everybody was out of place.
It was no such back then. There was no such thing as developing players. It was where we needed you at that point in time.
Crazy,
can you kick? Go ahead, kick.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
But
So look, man, let's go ahead and recap Thursday night, man. Suspect number 1, Jonathan Taylor, beasted it out. For again, I got to think, man. I think he might be 9 that Derrick Henry's gone, and CMC still out. He might be number 1 running back.
He's the number 1 running back.
Yeah, absolutely, man. They playing really well right now.
I mean, the dude had 174 yards rushing. I'm just sick thinking about that trade. 174 yards rushing, 2 TDs on 20
like 210 total, right? He had catches.
Yeah, 28 yards receiving. So, and then Naeem Hines. Look, check this out. That's another thing. I hate to be totally on our in our bag on our fantasy leagues, but in the pocket joint, AJ played 9 times, I think, and still got decent points out of him. She be ashamed of herself. I said, how you pull that one out the bag to put 9 hinds in your lineup?
No, that's because
you
broke it.
I didn't break it.
There we go.
That's because
that's how you know women don't have no respect for the podcast. She coming just like Sean. Just start talking.
Okay.
no, I don't know how. Look, AJ, that's my number one target. That's what I'm going after. I'm making sure that he gets down.
Yeah, we got a visitor.
AJ's mom.
AJ's mom.
Oh, that's AJ.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Suspect number one.
Yeah.
Wait till I see AJ found until he spent all his money out.
I did.
And gave him a Slurpee.
I did. Chipotle has been my best friend.
And how old is AJ?
AJ's 9.
Wow.
Yeah.
We should all be ashamed of ourselves, fellas.
Ashamed.
All the names that I don't know. AJ picked the rest of those names. I only picked some of the people's names because I think they're cute.
Yeah.
That's mostly how it is, and then
they got me hating. I'm over here cheering that Grunt got hurt. Then they pick up another tight end. They do work. I'm like,
I be hating, yo. AJ was talking about they drafted Cooper Kupp. That was him. I be like, yo, but he not. He ain't got nothing to do. Like,
I ain't got no job. That's how Steve. He don't have no job.
He ain't got nothing to do. Like, it ain't even fair for real.
You over there looking at all ESPN, all news.
So
all day, yeah.
And he's projected 131 this week.
Ridiculous. But so with Thursday night, look, so check it out. Thursday night ended up being a fantasy smorgasbord. I had picked up my man Big Mike White in another league. He comes in for one drive and bounces. I can't believe that. And Josh Johnson comes in and throws 317 yards and 3 touchdowns. I said, boy, it's not my year. I think I'm cursed with starting this podcast. That's what it is.
I feel the same way. I mean, I spent $60 on
I don't.
What's the quarterback from New Orleans?
Hill, and he not even starting.
Yeah.
Was like, yo.
Hey, real quick.
Why you get Jordan Love?
Real quick, since we had our special guest, she needs to ask a question because she can't put it in the chat because she got to shoot.
All right.
So, do y'all think that Deebo Samuel is going to play today? He's questionable.
No, sit him on the bench. That's it. We ain't give you no help.
Yeah. No, he's gonna play. He's gonna play.
That's Jose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna play.
Okay.
Don't tell her that. Sit him on the bench.
My bench is looking sorry anyway. The only person that looks like they're available is the Bell guy.
You see how she said my bench? This is AJ's team.
It's our team.
I mean, he did all the drafting.
He did do all the drafting. I just followed on my phone because I don't want
Okay.
stuff on his phone.
We heard this sad story before when my bench don't look good, and then you come on to get another 150 points.
That's the intent anyway. So.
Well, you definitely try to pick up. I'm gonna give you advice right now. You try to pick up running back, cut on Le'Veon Bell, and pick up Jeff Wilson Jr.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that Le'Veon Bell move.
I got Le'Veon Bell on the bench.
Yeah, cut him.
He don't
and then pick up Jeff Wilson Jr. and Jacoby Myers. That give you some points. You need to get points. And Brandon Ayuk.
What was the first one he said?
I don't know.
First one
was
Jeff
Wilson
Jeff Wilson Jr.
Don't be mad.
I ain't got no advice over this.
Nope. Hey Jay, did she even get you? Did she even get you a number one with those winners?
Why do you want advice from us?
Her and AJ deal with that madness over that joint, yo.
I be hearing y'all in the morning. Y'all be having the scoop, yo.
Oh man. Hey, Turn. Look, she get our advice right. She's like, okay, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do this.
That's not.
Make sure I don't listen to that.
I was listening this morning. Somebody was coming in with the stats this morning. I was like, yo, who was that talking about the kicker and all of that?
Oh,
that's
okay.
Somebody who don't have no job like AJ.
I do share hustling.
All right, we got to back to our regular schedule program.
So Jose. So you said
Jeff Wilson Jr. He's a running back. from San Francisco, Jacoby Myers from Patriots, and then Brandon Ayuk. Because you're gonna have them on your bench, but towards the end of the season, they'll start picking up on yardage.
This is the logic that is beating us. Go ahead and say it.
I don't like the Patriots.
That's the logic that we lose.
And we losing.
I'm gonna give you
that. If that's the case, I'm taking some advice. I don't like the Patriots.
Looking at your team, looking at y'all team.
Okay.
Y'all doing good. Y'all doing good right now. You know, but the players that y'all have,
I'm gonna do the
towards the end of the season.
Okay.
I'm gonna pass y'all.
You gonna? You know what? I believe you. But I'm gonna do the Wilson guy, right? He said this one.
Did San Francisco running back?
Did she?
Yeah.
Hey, Turn. Did she just make her pick by saying this one? This the one. This the one he's talking about.
I'm taking advice from her. Matter of fact, who you say she gonna get? Right now.
Hold on. I said I was getting.
Right.
All right, so I'm gonna drop.
Look, told you. Hands off, y'all. I don't have no one. We having no. I go to her house.
Don't be helpful at all. He don't even tell. He don't even tell me.
Oh, my bad.
That
my bad. I
people
forgot to tell you.
Like having
Also,
bye weeks, and I be starting them. Eugene don't even say. He don't say nothing.
Nope.
Also, pick up Ty Johnson if you can. He's the next running back. He's the second running back for Jets.
Who do I put him in for?
No,
don't.
What you been doing?
I'll wait.
First place or something. Yo,
I'll wait. Because you got Carson and Grunt. Yeah, you.
I'm in third place. Oh, I'm in second now. I was in third place. I was a little salty about that.
No, you're good. You got Carson and you got Wilson.
Yeah, I'm not getting rid of those guys. Hopefully, Russell Wilson will be back this week. I hope, or no, next week because he's got a bye week this week. I don't know about that. Okay. Thanks, Eugene.
A person who picks teams off of who they like and a 9-year-old that ain't got nothing to do with the deadly combination, dog.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the team. I'm like, goodness gracious.
The deadly combination, dog. Like, I need to be taking advice.
I'm about to put that team in for my DFS lineup.
Don't have her come on no more. She
So next week, we're trying to get AJ next week. We're trying to get AJ next week.
We will not assist her in securing the bag. So Thursday night game, man, put a close on that. So like I said, it was a fantasy smorgasbord between the two teams. 45-30 was the final score, and man, I was better off playing a backup quarterback than picking up the waiver wire pick up a Mike White. But Elijah Moore, he still both Elijah Moore. He had a great performance with 2 touchdowns and 84 yards on 7 receptions. He caught 7 to 8 targets, which was nice. And Michael Carter, he still had a decent game. He didn't score a lot, but he had more than 80 yards total offense, where he had 1 reception for 37 yards and 14 carries for 53. Didn't get in the end zone. Ty Johnson did that from a running back perspective, where he had the 2 receptions, 1 TD during the game as well. But any other takeaways besides the fact that Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman, basically staking their claims. Jonathan Taylor's taking his claim as the number 1 running back right now, and Michael Pittman is still every week starter. Like anything else to take away from that? And the great thing is, Mike White, his injury is supposed to be where he can just come back next week. It was just his game. He couldn't finish.
Somebody brought up on the Bleacher Report this week saying that the Jets got a quarterback factory. Because honestly, Mike White came through for 400, and then the third quarterback threw for 300 something.
Is this Josh Johnson? Was he with
Washington? Yeah, XFL.
I gotta say, I gotta take it back, man. It's more and more black quarterbacks getting these obscure third string quarterback roles these days. Usually we couldn't find them, just hanging around and being around the league 8-9 years without ever seeing the field. But it looks like some things are changing.
Well, they just put him back on the practice squad.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
But at least we still got Geno. We still got him hanging around at least until this bye week is over.
Right.
All right, man. So let's get into player status right now.
Hold on. Did you are you buying Elijah Moore? Anybody buying Elijah Moore? I know I am, but
yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. He look good out there.
Definitely.
Quick.
So he's gonna take away from Corey Davis.
I mean, look, as much as they throwing the ball, so he had 8 targets. Keelan Cole had 8 targets. Jeff Smith had 4 targets. Jameson Crowder had 7 targets. Denzel Mims had 5 targets, and Braxton Burrows had 3. So if they're going to toss the ball this much, man, I don't see why not. Like, and we know Corey Davis, he not going to live up to that 4th round draft pick. So I don't see him. I mean, I'm sure you're going to get take away from some of those guys' targets.
I think I cut him.
Did you cut him?
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah.
Who? Corey Davis?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Carson Wentz, I have no idea what he was doing. He ended up with he looked like he's gonna be one of those guys that's just fantasy relevant. They playing decent, but he ended up with 3 TDs, 272 yards passing. But he be making some lead with that left hand interception he made the week before, which is crazy. But
he came through for me this week though.
Yeah, he definitely did.
Terrence, Kittle come back. Kittle back in the game again today, right?
I already played Mo Ali Collins.
Oh man.
And he got 1 catch. I'm cutting him as soon as I can.
All right, man. Let's get into some of the player statuses in terms of folks who have been ruled out or not expected to play. Doubtful. We got Noah Fant, tight end for Denver. Latavius Murray is doubtful. Ruled out. Latavius Murray is he's dealing with the ankle injury this week, so he's doubtful to play. I don't know if you pick up any. Would you play any Baltimore running backs at this point in time?
No, they're a passing team.
Yeah.
The only running back I'll pick up is Lamar Jackson.
Right. Yeah, I would say that's
or whoever's the catching back.
Noah Fant, he got the COVID, and then Saquon Barkley is out as well due to missed Friday's practice due to ankle injury, so he's out. I don't think he practiced at all this week, and so I think the coaches their rule is if you don't play, if you don't practice, you don't play with New York. Sterling Shepard, man, the Giants can't buy a bucket, man. They between their receivers and running backs, man, they can't keep anybody healthy. Sterling Shepard's out due to a quad injury. Dante Pettis, another Giants receiver, is out as well. He was placed on injury reserve with a shoulder injury. And, of course, we know James Winston is done for the season. And then there is Calvin Ridley. He's for personal reasons. He's out at least a minimum of 3 weeks, placed on the NFL reserve list. Blake Jarwin Gene's second favorite tight end. He was placed on IR yesterday due to his hip. He had a hip issue. Dawson Knox is out again. Still nursing that broken hand issue, in which he actually threw a pass with that broken hand, but can't play this week. Eric Ebron has a hamstring, so he's out for Pitt. It's not like he would unseat Freiermuth anyway. Damian Williams is still out for Chicago, and he didn't practice Friday due to a knee issue and missed 2 consecutive practices. Game time decisions. We just run through these real quick. Kenny Golladay. Well, actually, we got a couple we need to touch on. Kenny Golladay is out, or is a game time decision for the Giants. And it looks like he said return to team drills on Thursday, but they're not sure if they're going to roll him out for today's game against the Raiders, dealing with a knee issue. Sam Darnold is a game time decision for DJ Moore's fantasy hopes. I hope he sit him. He's dealing with a shoulder and concussion, but they cleared him to play. He cleared the concussion protocol to play, but the shoulder injury still leaving questionable for week 9. So the next guy up, the one that everybody's waiting for him to continue to stay on the bench, or if you got him, you can't wait for him to come back, and that's CMC, Christian McCaffrey. Any thoughts on him, man? If you guys betting on him to be back right now? Says Ian Rappaport. Said he's activated off IR and has a chance to play, and they said they're going to use the pregame workout to make sure that he's ready to go. If he plays, what do you guys think he would finish if he having to play this week?
I think it's going to be a slow start. I don't think they're going to try to lean on him too much. I mean, if they need a win, they'll probably lean on him, but I wouldn't try to lean on him.
Yeah, I think it's 50.
RJ.
Whoa. You hit the mic.
Yeah, muted. You turned the camera off, not the mic.
I didn't even realize I unmuted myself. I was getting ready to say, which one of y'all unmuted me? like somebody hit you. Like, which one of y'all hit me?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I was gonna say that such a professional podcast. Don't y'all love it? Keep the real over here.
DC's finest.
Last 2 weeks we've been on the rails.
DC's finest. I know one day y'all make me. I'm gonna be a good editor by the time this season over. That's for sure. Between my DJ skills,
right?
Yo, what you gotta edit, yo? Like, stop being all buttoned up, yo. Let this
man. Listen, man. It's look.
Be entertaining, yo.
Look, do you remember there was podcasts where y'all was like, look, we can't hear you. We don't hear you. You bring it up. Yeah. Like, man, you can't let that ride.
Yeah, but the third stuff,
that's the end. It's all the stuff that's we can't hear you. You bring it up. Man, y'all hear this dude producing skills?
Yo,
right.
Oh, that gotta go.
Entertaining first, yo.
Remember, it's one thing to see it, it's another thing to hear it on the podcast. It don't come off the same. But now go ahead.
I was gonna say it's a toss up with CMC, man. But I mean, with the way the running backs are right now, I'm just gonna keep going. I think you still got to roll the dice on him because if he get in there just for 50%, that could still be 10, 12 points for you. So yeah, I would play him if you got him, depending on who you got on your bench. So.
I mean, who they're playing? They're playing. I'm trying to see who they're playing.
They got New England.
New England. Oh yeah, I wouldn't.
At home. Yeah.
I would take your time because it's gonna be tough.
Yeah. Okay.
Nah, man. I think you got to roll CMC out there. In my personal take.
Yeah, I mean, you've been waiting all this time. You would hate for him to go off, and you got him on your bench.
Right.
That would hurt. I would rather have him in. He only get me 6 points.
Listen, you survive without him.
But let me ask you this: What do you think his floor is? And that'll tell you right now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's like 5 or 6 points.
Yeah. I think he's walking double digits. Like I think he can play 50% of the snap and get you at least 10.
Yeah. I mean, especially in
10.
PPR. I mean, if it's PPR, you got to play him for sure. So,
all right, cool. So, man, it's a tight epidemic. I can't even begin to pronounce his name. Albert O is what I'm gonna call him. Is a game time decision against Dallas. Jim, what you know about CD Lamb this week? Right, I'm thinking if he out, I got to roll with the receiver Jose been going on Cooper. I think it might be a big day for Cooper if CD Lamb out, but they saying he's questionable.
CD Lamb might be out.
He say he's questionable for an ankle.
Yeah, he's not.
He said he's expected to play.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he playing. Like, I mean, so if CD Lamb is out, cool. Gallup might actually come back this week too, right? Let me see.
Yeah, it's a couple folks for Dallas that's in the mix to play.
I don't think Coop work gonna change that much. I think it's gonna just be more Pollard. Like, I would go to more of the run game. You know what I'm saying? Like, they gonna run the ball to death. Zeke and Pollard. I mean, Coop gonna do Coop, yo. Like we said last week, I think Coop is boom or bust. He gonna get you 3 for 35, or he can get you 9 for 25. You know what I mean? And a touchdown.
Right, you just gotta be prepared to.
Yeah. But I would go and I Dalton Schultz. Like in the passing game, if Lamb is limited, I think the tight end would get the benefit of it. You know, just so many weapons, man. Like one of the offenses, it's hard to pinpoint. Like who's gonna have a big day. I would go with the running backs every time though.
He always talk about them with so much pride when it's Dallas.
right. Chest all up.
It's just too many weapons.
It's just versatile.
There's so many weapons, yo.
Just spilling out the scenes. The Texas State can't even hold them.
Right. This is a professional, unbiased opinion when it comes to the Cowboys.
Cole Beasley expected to play.
I feel like Jose don't get this much slack when he's talking about the Niners, yo. You know what I mean? He's talking about his
because they actually sneaking right now. They
right. If you let them tell it,
that's low hanging fruit.
You talk about these offensive players like every week we got a Hail Mary coming from the San Francisco offensive player, skill position.
Look, you already know Jose MO. If he throw enough of them out there, 2 or 3 got to stick and got to hit. So
hey, but hold on, a lot of my guys, I say 90% of my guys have been hitting.
That's 90%. Oh man, 90%.
We gotta go back.
90%.
We gotta go back to the tape.
Go back to the tape
Because I know it's a Redskin player that I don't even think he on the team no more.
What, De'Ami Brown is still on the team? He was injured. He back out there.
If 90% hit, that's not a Hail Murray. That's a John Stockton free throw, yo.
Right.
Like that's automatic, yo.
All right. So
Cole Beasley, rich off a FanDuel by now.
I know he expected to play. James Robinson for Jacksonville. He got him listed as a game time decision due to a heel that he's nursing. It says basically it's a pain threshold matter whether or not he can go. So that's something to keep an eye on with James Robinson. So that's a fancy impact day with him being a starting running back. DeAndre Hopkins. Is a game time decision. The thing is that Hop is known to not practice and then come in and still play. So it'll be interesting considering that Kyler Murray is a game time decision as well. So you don't know what you're gonna give, but
I don't think he's playing. I hope he's not playing.
Then Daryl Mooney, who's the receiver for Chicago. I don't know if it's much fancy impact, but he pops up on the injury report. With the growing injury, and he was limited during Thursday's practice or Friday's practice. Expected to play is Tua, Sammy Watkins, Rashad Bateman. He was listed on the injury report, but he was expected to play. Donovan Peoples-Jones is expected to play. Jose will be excited that Elijah Mitchell is expected to play this week.
All 275 of me.
Debo Samuel is expected to play. AJ Brown and Robert Woods is expected to play this week. What do you think about Robert Woods this week against Tennessee?
Man, it's hard to put your finger on Robert Woods, man. He's
a roll of dice.
Yeah, it could. You could. I mean, if you want to look at anything, you could say, okay, they might have the ball a little bit longer now that Tennessee is not at full strength, and so he might have a couple more opportunities. That's the only way I could look at it. Besides that, though, it's a roll of the dice for him.
His projected points for half PPR is 13 points is what he expected to do. Y'all going over under that total?
Ooh, under.
And that would put him at a mid wide receiver 2. You going under, Jose? What about you, Gene? Over under on Robert Woods, 13 points.
Man, that's the hardest dude to predict in the whole league. Hold on, what's his matchup for today?
They got Tennessee.
The corner's kind of suspect, yo. I'm going with over.
All right, break the stalemate turn. You going over and under?
Yeah, I'm going over too. I don't know if this is a factor, but I know they got rid of Deshaun Jackson. But,
Van Jansen, they got Jefferson. That's who's the deep threat.
yeah, I mean, it can go either way. It can go either way.
So, all right, man. So, anybody I missed notable on the injury report?
Is
Debo Samuel?
Tyler Murray was questionable.
He is. I'm sorry. I mixed them up. I'm added them into when I talked about Hopkins. So both Hopkins and Murray are questionable.
Oh, okay.
In game time decision.
And Debo Samuel?
Yeah, I said he said he expected to play. Debo.
All right.
I'm about to drive Rodney crazy with another off the beaten path thing real quick, but real fast. We were talking yesterday about, since we're on this Chargers game, on the Rams game, we were talking about I guarantee the Rams go to the Super Bowl, and this is my only logic for it. Because no one had ever played a home game in the Super Bowl until Tampa Bay did it, right? And you know when stuff rains, it pours. When it happens once, it just keeps happening. Watch the Rams go to the Super Bowl simply because it's in SoFi Stadium, Like that's just
that's your Super Bowl pick.
So you mean the Chargers going to?
Just about random. I don't know.
Just based solely on the fact that we get another.
So do you
game.
mean the Chargers going to?
Yeah, we talking about that too. That would be hilarious. Like that would be awesome, That would be awesome, But no, because that's possible.
I mean, they got a good trend. They got a high chance to go because they just added Von Miller. The offense is good, but
like I wouldn't be surprised if it just happens like back-to-back years after not happening for about 50, 55 years. All right, Roddy, I'm sorry. I apologize, We can get back on track.
Oh, no, that's cool, man. It's look, if Jose can pick some of these Hail Marys based solely on his gut, we can let that one go too. All right, so look, let's get into the first slate of games, man. The Las Vegas Raiders versus the Giants. We just talked about how the Giants can't keep anybody healthy. At this point in time, man, then Vegas comes in after just freshly releasing Henry Ruggs. That was a crazy situation that young brother got himself in. I said, man, you had to be going pretty fast to kill somebody hitting him in the back, like with a Corvette.
And set it on fire,
Yeah, crazy.
They say he was going 156.
Yeah, that's what I heard. They say the impact hit him at like what 125 or something like that. Like when he tried to actually slow down.
I don't know how you don't die in a Corvette,
Right. He walked away. Crazy.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say Raiders favored by 3. The over-under is 46.5 points on this, and I'm not sure what to say about this game. I definitely like Josh Jacobs in this matchup because I feel like I don't think the Giants he'll get the opportunities from a volume standpoint, and I think he had a good chance for a touchdown. But personally, I need Kadarius Toney to finally fulfill his sacred duty and give me the points I've been looking for since I put that bag on him. So I just need him to finish the game and be the focal point at this point in time. I think his pass or target total in terms of percentage of passes that he get is somewhere like 30 or 40%, if I'm not mistaken. So that's when he's playing. So it'll be interesting to see if he plays a full game and they have a number of injuries up receivers on what his target total looks like. Target share looks like. You guys got anything else on this game at all? I think we know you're playing Darren Waller, even though he's definitely slowed down. He's averaging 6.8 in the last 5 games. Think Renfro gets the bump with Ruggs being out?
Yeah. I mean, the deep threat now is going to be Jacoby Jones. Jacoby Jones.
Yeah.
I think it's Jacoby Jones.
And from the Giants' point of view,
Zay Jones. Sorry, Zay Jones.
Zay Jones.
I see. They
He's
know
a
that
deep threat.
Brian Edwards has been averaging 4.5 targets over the first 7 games. So he may get a bump. But I don't see any of their receivers in the top as the wide finishing better than the wide receiver 3 this week. At least I don't see it. So I think Renfro may be a good flex play. You gonna say something, Jim?
Yeah, I was gonna be like from the Giants' point of view. I think Kadarius Toney's gonna go off like sooner or later. Like I think he has stopped to like touch you. So if you need like a flex or if you short at wide receivers, I would definitely go with Kadarius Toney. Like I just think like, especially with all of the offensive injuries that like they have, like sooner or later he's gonna bust it out.
I just need him to finish the game, man, and give me a good idea of what his target share look like and what he looks like. When it's not just him coming off the bench, where he's the focal point in the offense. And so they say that when he went out last time, they had the first few plays scripted for him, so he's supposed to have a pretty heavy target share. Next game up, Atlanta Falcons, New Orleans Saints. And as we mentioned earlier, Terrence alluded to, and that everybody thought Taysom Hill was gonna get the nod, but like Gene called it last week, he is the number one start quarterback in fantasy, and so it's actually gonna be Trevor Siemian getting the start.
He that dude where you in a relationship and he don't never marry, like he do everything for you, he take the girl to the birthday party, bring her around the family.
Doing the family cookouts, they don't want to be
at. Right. Not marry you, As soon as somebody new come along, he got married in 6 months, Like that's Taysom Hill, Like he the boo every year. Drew Brees, he the boo. Drew Brees get hurt. You know what? We like you, but not that good. We're gonna bring in this guy.
Right.
Next year, Drew Brees retired. Yeah, we like you, but we're gonna go ahead and roll with Jameis Winston. And Jameis Winston get hurt, and they're like, we still think he got marriage potential, but we ain't there yet, We're gonna go ahead and roll with Trevor Siemian, Yeah, that guy, man. Yeah.
So, you wrote anybody out from Atlanta at all? I think we definitely know Kamara's a must start. I don't know anybody from a receiver standpoint that you would touch. And
on the
Kyle
Saints?
Pitts, on
Atlanta?
Oh, definitely on Atlanta. Marquez Callaway, maybe the one you touch from New Orleans. What do you guys? You got someone else, Jose?
For the receiver?
Yeah.
New Orleans,
that you expected?
Just, Deontay Harris probably. Keep an eye on him, but nah. On Atlanta, yeah, I got players on Atlanta.
I see Kyle Pitts, Cordell Patterson. Would you guys touch anybody else?
I probably would touch on Gage just to try one more week. If he don't do nothing, then I'll drop him.
He gave me a donut, man.
I know he gave me a donut too.
That's not supposed to happen.
Another person that they starting to get more targets is Todd Sharp.
Yeah, Todd Sharp. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's not Kyle Pitts or Cordell Patterson, I'm not touching anybody on the Falcons offense. Maybe Matt Ryan in the flex position.
All right, so next up, we'll talk about a lopsided affair. Buffalo Bills versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Buffalo is favored by 14.5 points. I don't know. They might just cover that. Over under is 48.5 points. So basically, look, they're talking about the Bills scoring 30, Jaguars 17 for the most part. We know we're rolling out Josh Allen. James Robinson questionable, so that's a game time decision. So it depends on whether or not he plays, whether or not you go play him or not, and that's just based on volume because Buffalo defense is pretty good. Man, I'm still waiting for Stephon Diggs to give me that true blow up game. Man, we get multiple touchdowns in at least triple digits on a receiving tip. Like, I don't know if it's ever gonna happen, but a brother can hope.
If he don't do it this week, it ain't happening.
And he may not. The game might get out of hand to where he may not get the opportunity to do it.
That's true. You know what? They might need to be down actually for him to have a big week.
The only other person I had some interest in is he was a hot waiver ad was Dan Arnold this week. He had a season high 10 targets, 8 receptions, 68 yards last week against Seattle. But he's going against the Buffalo defense this week that's giving up 5.5 points a game to tight ends.
Well,
y'all rolling them out?
Oh yeah. No, I like him.
Tight end too?
Yeah, I like him. It's also I got this Hail Mary play that I just started on my in our league right now.
Let's say him to
no,
later.
but he's in this game though.
He's in it. Tease him real quick, and then we give
Jamal Agnew.
Jamal Agnew. Is he on your radar at all? Turns to Gene Jamal Agnew.
I mean, nah, Agnew. I played him in DFS one time. But I do like Arnold. I think they trying to make Arnold actually more of a focus of the offense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I will roll him out this week for sure. I mean, Agnew, you got Marvin Jones, you got Chenault. He's pretty much the third, fourth option. So I don't,
The
one thing I say is that Agnew's kind of playing a hybrid. He almost like the Cordero Patterson role. He's playing a little bit of running back, a little bit of receiver, and he had this is numbers over the last 3 weeks. 17 for 157, 1 touchdown on 25 targets. So I like him. I just don't know if I like him against the Bills. So I do.
But if you're in the PPR league, right? Like he gave you 6 catches against the Seahawks, 5 against the Dolphins, 6 against.
Yeah, 12 targets against the Seahawks.
Yeah, so because again we got to think about everyone doesn't have a stacked team, right? So if you're in a deep league and you just need some points, I think you definitely got to give him a look if you're in the PPR league.
Just make sure AJ's mom not listening.
I already got him on our team, so
no, you got him.
He's starting.
Oh, okay.
You starting Agnew?
Yeah, I'm starting.
All right.
Right. Oh man. Okay. Look, we got a over under on this.
Let me stop. Because I do this every week. You throw somebody out there that I make fun of it, and then they drop 25 points. Okay.
It all started with KJ Osborne.
Right. Oh man. Oh, but so what about Emmanuel Sanders? This like somebody that's kind of tough to really pin down, man. He his expected point total this week. We put him in the over under. Right now, it's looking like he is expected to basically 9.5 points is what is expected total is for this week. Y'all going over under on that.
Over, but it all depends. If it get out of hand, they're gonna go running game. I got Zach Moss, or I forgot his last name. I mean his first name.
Zay Moss,
Zach Moss, yeah. I got him and Singletary doing more towards the third and fourth quarter. If it get out of hand. If it don't, then yeah, if it's a game, Sanders gonna go way over.
What about you, Gene? You going over under? And I'm sorry that the 9.5 was standard, and PPR or half PPR is supposed to be 11.6.
Standard. Man, I feel like Diggs should be taking up all these targets and catches. But it ain't happening, so I'm gonna go over.
All right, Terrence, once again, break.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over too, just because I see Cole Beasley. He didn't practice all week. It says he got an unlimited practice on Friday. So, possibly, he might be running less routes. So maybe that might go to Sanders. So I'm gonna go over.
Okay, all right. So over the call. All right, man. So next game up. Let's go to this. An interesting setup situation that Cleveland's facing. They got rid of OBJ. You want to talk about a guy going into supposed to have a second act and just going all wrong. Him and Cleveland did not match up as well. And you think it was his pop's video that got him cut, or you think?
Yeah, definitely. And
how you go back in the locker room after that? If such it ain't like he came out and denounced it, I don't feel like that. He ain't say nothing. So
he's like, hey, it is what it is.
But I feel like it's what they wanted though.
I think that just gave him a reason to be like, you know what? let's just go ahead. It's not working. It's not you. It's us. So let's go ahead and part ways.
Right, and they probably go right to the Raiders too.
Man, Odell was like the epitome of like the diva wide receiver.
Yeah.
Like, he just ain't. To me, he hasn't. His image is bigger than his actual play.
Look, I agree.
But I don't know though. He had 3 years where it was like off the charts though. You know what I mean? Like now,
but he was getting 100% of the targets though. He was like they were feeding him.
Right. But
and he was returning kicks and everything. He was returning punts and everything.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. But his physical gifts, you couldn't deny it, and his ability to just like high point the ball and go get it, Like I feel like he earned that. The last 2 or 3 years, yes, but that rep came from actual performance though. You know what I mean?
Man, I definitely fell within the what's up, man? D tackle from I finished the one sap category when it came to OBJ, and I just didn't think I thought his height was exceeding his actual play on the field. They one step about that catchy bait that that basically put him on the map. He was like, man, anybody can do that catch with them gloves they playing with now. Hey, Jose, do you remember when they wouldn't allow us to wear nothing but the regular Newman gloves? Like
right.
Anything sticky than that was considered illegal.
As soon as water get on there, it's like slippery. Like
So real quick, right? While we're on it, so this is his first 3 year stretch, right? 91 catches, 1,300 yards, 14.3, 12 touchdowns as a wide receiver, 2015, 96 catches, 1,450 yards, 15 yards a catch, 13 touchdowns. His longest was 80 his first year. His longest was 87 his second year. The third year, 101 catches, 1,367 yards, 13.5 yards a catch, long of 75 and 10 touchdowns. He was explosive. He snatched everything. He was killing it. Like
how many years he been in the league?
But he plays
now. The last 5 has been suspect. His 2 best years. His last year with the Giants was 77 catches. The Browns 74, and then he fell off. He got hurt in 17. He only had.
He needs to be fed. He needs to be fed. Once he gets like amped up or whatever, then he start getting like real dangerous. But you gotta feed him.
Mm-hmm. Right, but to that point though, right? Like I don't know if he's the same OBJ.
You about to call it ODB.
Right. I don't know if he's the same because like we're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're talking like 7 years now, and we know how your body can, if you know what I mean, if like you don't take care of it. So I don't know if he's that same player, but to the point that was made earlier, he earned his reputation. You know what I mean? Like I don't think he had that one catch, and every time he did something, the world was like, oh, like he used to catch 5-yard slants and go 70 yards to the house like a few times, go like 80 yards. I think he earned it, Like he was a beast. And the tape don't lie. Hey, I'm on his father's side. Did you see all them open times he was in the middle of the zone, jumping up and down?
I couldn't hate on it. That made me think it's something between him and Baker.
Right.
The tape don't lie, You know what I'm saying?
Or Baker not a good quarterback where he could throw it to that person.
One of those two things are true. Either he not that good, or he don't mess with OBJ like that. One of the two things had to be true.
But with that said,
look, as much as I didn't think the hype, as much as I thought the hype was exceed, and when I say hype, not so much as that he didn't have ability, but the fact that I wasn't sure if, like you said, like Jose was saying, if you just didn't target him, make him the focal point every game, and try to force the ball to him, that you can put an offense together that can actually function and you can win with it.
And I will have to go back and look at the Giants seasons, but I don't remember that being the case though, right? Didn't he have who was on the other side of him, like doing
Steve, the one that danced a lot.
Oh, until he got hurt.
Yeah.
That's his name. He had this Spanish name. He doing commentate now, or he doing.
I want to say Cortez.
Nah. What you call it?
Victor Cruz.
Victor Cruz, yeah.
Because remember, he was the one that was the big time receiver first.
Yeah, but once he got hurt, that was it. It was just him.
Can I add something to those stats too?
Yeah, go ahead.
And this is just a counterpoint, right? Mm-hmm. That's Giants records 14, 15, and 16.
Right.
6-10, 6-10.
Right.
In 2016, they went 11-5, lost in the wild card.
Right.
And just to go back to a clip from they had a clip of this year with Nick Chubb and Odell Beckham on the bench, and Beckham came to Chubb. He was like, "Man, I really want to score a touchdown," and Chubb was like, "I just want to win." And it did the cat. He was like, "This pretty much sums up Odell Beckham," and that's how he appears to me a little bit.
I agree with all that.
Yeah.
Like, I would never say that he cultivates a winning culture, right? Like I would never dispute that. My only reason was those like his rep came off of a couple highlights, and he's bigger than his production, and
they was losing all the time. That's why they was throwing the ball.
Yeah.
Earlier he earned that though, like because you can take a receiver out, like because people will make the argument that if you don't have anybody on the other side of you and you have no weapons, it's harder for you to get the ball, right? And I think that's my point. It's like he wasn't getting, and then we can jump off this, but he wasn't getting 3-yard catches to get 100 catches. That's why I read he averaged 14, 15, 13 yards, 12 touchdowns, 13 touchdowns, 10 touchdowns, and they were explosive plays. His long 89 for his career, 80, 87, and 75 in 3 straight years, right? So all that to say, you couldn't double him. You couldn't, like, you know what I mean? His touchdowns were coming from long ways away. Like, he earned it. Like, he earned it. As much of a diva as he is, as much of a bad teammate as he is, he earned that reputation.
But look how much they fed him that first year, 91 catches. Second year, 96 catches. Third year, 101.
That you can roll coverage. Like, if you have no help, you could make the counterpoint that you could roll the coverage. That you could, like, drop a linebacker back and take away the slant. And
listen, you can still feed somebody. You can still feed somebody all day, every day, the whole game.
Okay, how many bad teams, right? How many bad teams have a number one receiver that puts up those numbers that have no help and that goes for that many explosive plays?
DeAndre Hopkins last year with the Cardinals. Who else?
Right. You're talking about the elite, and those are good, but that's not a bad team, though.
It was a bad team. It was a bad team for 3 years, and he still was doing it. He was doing it in Houston.
Receivers complain. He's never had a great quarterback, yo.
All right.
Hold up. So the point was, what was your? Because DeAndre Hopkins did. He was the man on a bad team for a long time.
Right, but no. He said last year though. He specifically said last year. Said,
last year, year before, he's with the Cardinals for 2 years. 3 years.
Right, but last year wasn't a bad team though.
No, yeah, now with Arizona. But he was the man at Houston when they didn't have nobody.
No one's saying right, but we know he's great. We know he's great. That's my point. It's very few of them though. You know what I mean? Like, to take away his accomplishments because of his attitude, you know what I mean? He had
Eli Manning. A Hall of Famer.
Eli Manning at the end, yeah. Come on, yo. He had the worst version of Eli Manning.
Look,
Eli Manning at his peak wasn't great.
I was gonna say now Eli Manning, the worst version of Eli Manning showed up almost every regular season.
Right.
It was in playoff runs that
like. Yo, I'm just y'all turned me into an Odell Beckham apologist on this podcast. Like Odell Beckham.
My only point is he's not about the team. You can't win them. That's it.
Look. So all right, listen, we didn't get to. We saw the Odell, but we didn't get into the matchup. The Bengals favored by 2.5.
Right.
The over under is 47. I think it's safe to say that you're playing Burrow. I think he's the only quarterback this year to average multiple touchdown passes every game. Or not the average, but to have at least 2 touchdown passes every game this year. And from the running back standpoint, I think you definitely. Some people say Nick Chubb may be in for a disappointing day based on the Bengals' defense, but I can't see it. But I think you're rolling Nick Chubb out. I think you're rolling Joe.
White just. The dude from the Jets just had a career day on him.
He did. He definitely did, because I wrote Carter.
Yeah.
Because I had him in the league, and I was like, "Whoo, that looks nice." So OBJ gone. What does it do for Landry? Do you think he's still just kind of pedestrian numbers, or do you think he get a bump at all?
I think go up.
I don't think so. I mean, for
I've
me,
been waiting for him to do it. And I ain't seen it yet.
Yeah, it's just they a running team, man. Like they got a great offensive line. They invest in their running backs. You know, like I don't really see a bump for Landry. You know, so I don't know. That's just my opinion. I just see Nick Chubb, you know, getting 25 carries this game. He's actually my number one running back for the week. So yeah, I don't see anything changing on the offensive side because you're not changing the quarterback. I mean, OBJ was open. So not changing the quarterback.
Oh man. So you definitely rolling with Jamar Chase. I think T. Higgins is in that wide receiver 2 conversation.
Yeah.
This weekend rest of the season. It says he's actually been targeted on more of his routes this year, but in terms of depth of target, average depth of target, Higgins' average depth of target is 10.7 yards, while Chase is at 15 yards for the year. So unfortunately, Tyler Boyd falls third in that on the team, and his average depth of target is 6.8 through the first 8 games, which doesn't bode well for him. So I think you're definitely rolling Chase out. T. Higgins, be a good wide receiver 2 this week. Any thoughts on tight end between Njoku, Austin Hooper, and CJ Uzoma, who I don't know what's been going on. He's been getting these busted coverages and popping off these big plays lately for Uzoma, but you guys rolling with any of those tight ends?
Uzama?
Either Uzama from Cincinnati or Njoku or Austin Hooper. Because based on OBJ being up, you think they get a bump?
I don't know. They're like Terrence said, they're a running team. You know, after that it's Landry as the targets. I don't know. I like Uzama better than any of the tight ends from Cleveland. They're not consistent enough.
Do you think that Dearness Johnson could be in for a Kareem Hunt since this they're running team? You think he can be in for a Kareem Hunt type of volume this week?
Yeah, him and Felton.
Yeah,
they mix it up. Felton more of the pass catching.
Yeah. I know last week he stole the touchdown from Chubb after Chubb got him down the field. That's what I called you about last week, by the way, too. I forgot what it was. Like Johnson stole the touchdown. That was so he definitely is a play. Like if you short at running backs, or if you need somebody desperate for the flex, Johnson is definitely gonna get at least 10 curries, and he might get a goal line or two, a curry at the goal line or two.
All right, so let's move next game. Patriots versus Carolina Panthers. Man, this doesn't look all that exciting. However, Patriots favored by 3.5. Over under 41 points. Mac Jones ranks. He's 22 on the season, but since week 4, he's been QB 14, and that's even with a suspect receiving core. Sam Jones is terrible. Has been playing terrible. It's a question of whether or not he plays this week.
Sam Darnold.
Yeah. Then, but I think you're rolling both running backs out between Damian Harris and Chuba Hubbard. However, a lot of people saying Damian Harris might not be. You might want to fade him in DFS this week because they get a pretty decent price tag on him. I guess it's more so within DraftKings because he doesn't get much pass usage or targets in the pass game. But it says he's been RB7 since week 5. And that's including just having 3 catches for 14 yards since that time. So, but he had 23 carries last week, and upset went over the Chargers. And so I definitely think you need to roll him out because he's gonna be our RB2 this week. Man, Jacoby Myers, you told Tara to pick up Jacoby Myers. Yep, he guaranteed to give you at least 6, 7, 8 points.
Yep, he guaranteed
but he
points.
will not give you a touchdown ever. Man, that dude slim.
They
How
took
you play
away
this
his
long
touchdown.
he
had a couple touchdowns. They took it away.
Yeah, he caught one of the Dallas game where they took it back.
Man, it's crazy. Yeah, the only thing you can count on is potentially a 2-point conversion.
Right. Yeah.
we know Robbie Anderson. I don't know how you can continue to roll him out, but DJ Moore, man, they need to figure out something. That dude's too talented to continue to be played by poor quarterback play. It says DJ Moore has averaged fewer fantasy points per game over the last 4 weeks than Chris Moore of the Texans. And I don't even. Could any of you guys even name Chris Moore before I mention that?
No,
Right.
practice squad.
That's crazy. All right, man. And I think only tight ends worth of note is Hunter Henry and Johnny Smith. I'm not excited about either one of them this week, but all right. Next game up: Denver Broncos, Dallas Cowboys. In the same vein that Gene put on the Washington team, if the Cowboys lose to Denver, then that says something about the entire league.
Hey, look though, everything I said came true last week, yo.
What?
But I wasn't gonna mention that. I wasn't gonna bring that back up since
No, what the hell? What was that?
Huh?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Remind them what you said last week. Hey, connect all them dots.
Hold on.
Talk about now, yo.
The whole connection.
I feel like I get a lot of grief over stuff that come true later, but it don't never come back up. So I'm gonna just let it.
But this your opportunity. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that guy, yo. Yo, I mean, Redskins offense look crappy. They lost to Denver. Kansas City struggled against the Giants, right? So I mean, just your thing was if Kansas City blow out
New York, then that's I can't even recall it. I'm confused just thinking about it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna back down, yo, because it's for it's a little, yeah, man. But it kind of happened the way I said it was gonna happen. Yeah, Washington's terrible, yo.
I don't even think you remember what happened.
He's sticking with it. He's sticking with it.
That's the gist of it, yo. Like that's the gist of it, yo. It's like they're terrible, and Kansas City. I don't know, like Kansas City isn't that good either. But anyway, so what game are we on? We on the Broncos game, right?
Yeah, Cowboys Broncos. So I definitely think you're rolling Zeke out, of course. Dak, he'll be playing this week. I guess the question, most of the questions is on Denver's side of the ball. Do you think their offense is going to be able to put up, have a decent production this week between Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams? They still getting a 50-50 workload split. You guys rolling with any of them? Yeah, I think in both our leagues we so deep. I don't think if you got either one of them, you probably got to play them.
Yeah.
I think the Cowboy
running.
The Cowboy defense is suspect. I keep saying, like, especially run defense. Like, their run defense looks good as far as the stats, but like because they always have leads, people just don't run on them. But if you need to run on them to keep the game close, like they're definitely to be had. As far like Denver, man, they're skill position players. So you got to play one of the two backs. And I would probably play Sutton too, because I can see him going off a little bit. Like it's Bridgewater throwing the ball, so there's only so much going off that's gonna happen. But he could probably get you a touchdown. 5 catches, 65 yards, something like that.
Yeah, man. I feel like the Denver receivers, with Sutton and Judy, I feel like they're gonna have to pass the ball, but the question is who's gonna be the beneficiary of it between Judy, Patrick, and Sutton.
Right.
And with Judy coming back last week, he hurt both Sutton and Patrick from a target and reception standpoint. So I'm not sure if you can touch either one of them with any confidence. All right, next up, the Vikings, and it's a 1:00 game. Interesting enough, Minnesota Vikings versus the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens favored by 6, and over under is 49.5 points. So this should be a fantasy bonanza.
This is my game of the week right here,
man. Kirk Cousins,
I know,
it's not prime time, so he should have a pretty decent game. He doesn't do too well when he get to national games. Then you got Lamar Jackson, of course, the best QB running back in the game. You definitely rolling Dalvin Cook. I don't think we talked about it earlier on any Ravens running backs. Receiver standpoint, this is a good question for us from Minnesota standpoint. I'm pretty sure you guys can probably say Hollywood Brown is a must start at this point in time. He's averaging 15.3 yards a catch and career almost 10 yards a target. And he's wide receiver 9 in fantasy scoring for half PPR right now. And so I definitely think he's continue to produce because he's been more efficient with his targets. But between Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, and KJ Osborne, so you guys got any take on any of those three or that you like but more? Got a lot of confidence in terms of where they may finish. We start with you, Terrence.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this is my game of the week. I think it's going to be the most fantasy points combined. I do think I like teams throwing more on the road. So I like Cousins in this game. This could be a game where both of them go off. Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen. Osborne, not so much. You still got, I think, like Jose mentioned before, I think you got Conklin who took a lot of those touches. Plus, I think the coach came out this week and said that they did want to get Dalvin Cook more involved. So, I don't know if that means some dump offs down to him or what that could be. So yeah, I'm fading Osborne this week, just off, what the coach said. So.
Yeah, I definitely think Cook should be in for a pretty good workload this week. The question is, how many targets he can get in the pass game. Because I mean, he'd be a pretty good weapon out the backfield, but they haven't been getting the ball. You got anything on this, Jose? Oh, you definitely started Mark Andrews. That's for certain.
For the Ravens, I look for Bateman to keep doing his thing. Six targets. I think he's going to get like 5 to 6 targets this game.
But is that startable though? Because I was looking at that too.
Yeah, I think he's startable. I mean that because they were a passing team. I see them more as a passing team now than a running game. For the Vikings, I do see Jefferson going off, Thielen going off, Cook with an uptick, and with Osborne, I should see like 2 catches, but they're busted plays. I think he'll get his yardage from the busted plays, and then Conklin, I think he's going to get some more targets because just the hot reads. But it's going Cousin. I think Cousin going to have like a game on this one. I think it's going to be, like you said, straight passing. I think it's going to be like 300, 400 yards.
Yeah, I can see it being a big game. Do y'all like who y'all like better, Brown or Chase?
Between Marquise Brown and Jamar Chase?
Yeah, Jamar Chase from Cincinnati.
He didn't say that, did he? Is that a question?
I think
yeah.
All right, so my take is this and I'm just gonna go off. So Chase, I think is gonna get more targets and more opportunities because they know each other in the defense. With Brown, I think Brown's gonna get less targets, but he's gonna get his yards. Like, I don't know if I explained that right. He's gonna get maybe like touchdown, 2 touchdowns.
So you're saying Chase has more value, but you think Brown's gonna produce more from a
point? Yeah, I think points he's gonna have less targets, but I think he's gonna have more value because he's their touchdown. He's their target for touchdowns. Chase, I think they're going to be trying to, shadow Chase, but they're going to feed Chase. I mean,
see, I see that game. I don't know, for some reason when I see in-conference teams playing each other later in the year, I always look at it as a grind out game. I feel like Cleveland going to try to just do ball control and just run the ball a lot, so it's not going to be as many opportunities for either offense, because I think they just gonna be trying to grind it out, run the clock, not have to have Baker Mayfield make too many throws. So in order to do that, they just gonna try to control the clock. it might not be as many opportunities for Chase. That's just the game script.
Hold on. I'm confused. We're going to. That's why I'm confused. Do we just mix two games, right?
No, he was asking who you like as far as like wide receiver one. Would you play Brown or Chase?
Right. That was the question. Yeah.
Well, he said Baker Mayfield. There might not be that many opportunities for Chase.
What?
No, that's Burrow.
Right.
No, I was saying my point was
the game plan.
I like to do it off game script, right? So I was saying, to me, I'm downgrading Chase because I'm looking at that game as a grind out game. I see Cleveland trying to control the ball.
Okay,
so limiting their opportunities
right for Cincinnati, where I see normally for the year I'm taking Chase. But in this game, I see Minnesota's Baltimore. I see them just airing it out. So this week, for me, I'm taking Brown over Chase. That was
Okay, I got you. Yeah, so that's where our philosophy differ, right? Like, I think you're right with that. My philosophy in fantasy is if I got someone that's dominant as Chase, I never take them out. Right, like you know what I mean. I never try to figure out which one has the best matchup. I just play Chase every week, but that's just me. Like that's just how I.
Yeah, I think I'm thinking more on a DFS level. Right. So
okay, yeah, like
that's probably right. That's probably why.
With the Browns, yeah, I think they are going to try to run. I mean, they're only going to run the ball. They're not a passing team. They're going to try to run the ball, but I honestly think the Cincinnati is going to try to keep up. And Cincinnati are a passing team. Even though they run the ball with Mixon, they're gonna force the ball to Chase. But I also see an uptick with Higgins because you can't cover both of them, you know. And then you got Boyd too, so it's a lot of more weapons. But if you're going for DFS, if you have an opportunity to pick both. But if you're going either Chase or Brown, like you said, I go Brown because he's that touchdown speed. I mean, it's either him or Andrews.
All right. Not bad, Rodney. I didn't mean to take us off.
No, I'm good. I like Brown. Based on his only competition is the tight end.
That's right.
In the pass game for the most part.
And I think Bateman is questionable too.
No, he's playing. He has a groin issue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. So next game up is going to be this is a race to the bottom. The Houston Texans, Miami Dolphins. Dolphins favored by good graces. You know you bad when the Dolphins are favored by 6.5 points over you. And the over-under is 46 points.
All right.
Tyrod Taylor's getting a start. So I guess the question is, do we think Brandon Cooks is back on track with Tyrod back there?
No. Nah, I mean, because who's the cornerback for the Dolphins? Don't they got like
Xavier Howard?
Yeah, so I'm actually in this game. I actually like this game because Jose made a point last week and he was kind of almost dead, but what was the guy you said the tight ends for the for Houston?
Oh, Farrell Brown and Atkins.
Right. So the tight ends in total from the thing that I tweeted, the chart that I tweeted had one of the highest points on the week.
Mm-hmm.
For Houston, right? But it was primarily because of their rookie, what's the band?
Mills.
Jordan. I think it was what's the band's name? Hold up.
Davis Mills, the quarterback?
Nah, hold on.
You talking about tight end?
Yeah, the tight end from he went off.
Atkins, you got
Brown. Brevin Jordan from Miami. That's my sleeper pick this week. He came from University of Miami. He was a rookie, and now they going back to Miami. I think he's gonna get a touchdown. Because I think Brandon Cook's gonna be locked up from that cornerback, and that he's gonna have to force the ball to somebody else. So.
Oh, okay,
okay. So that's my sleeper pick, Brevin Jordan, this week from Houston.
like it.
That's deep. That's Sleeper King.
I was sitting there thinking, I was like, man, he went.
That's Sleeper King status, right?
I like it.
Look who they making a note. He said, okay, all right.
Yeah, no, I like it. Hey,
I got something for you.
Number 9. I got it. Three catches, 41 yards, 1 touchdown last week. I got that.
And as I'm saying, he going back to Miami. He was a beast at University of Miami. I think they're gonna try to get him a touchdown. So
6'3", 245. I got.
All right, so in this game, so would you guys touch Tyrod at all?
If you need to,
as a streamer against Miami, or if you got a super flex,
I would actually. I am playing him in the league.
Look, I was gonna say, I think he might be a nice. I think he has a nice floor. So depending on how you play in DFS, he might be a good bargain pick for you, good floor pick for you. In that vein, I'm not sure what the ceiling's gonna look like this week. We know you're not playing any running backs from Houston. Let me know if y'all think any different. But Myles Gaskin, Miami, Malcolm Brown is on IR now. Any excitement about him at all? I think right now he's ranked expert consensus rank is like RB 50 something. I mean,
yeah, I do like him.
So
this could be a good Tua game too.
Yeah, I definitely think Tua has the opportunity.
If he plays.
Yeah.
And Waddle,
that's another sleeper pick I got. I got to be DFS.
Oh, look, so I that's one of my stacks is Tua and Waddle this week.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I hate the fact that they use Waddle as the intermediate pass catcher, the volume's going to be there. So I think it's an opportunity for
and Devontae Parker is out.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
and what about Mike Gesicki, tight end?
I like him. I got him on my DFS too. Really, I got Waddle. I got Gaskin, Waddle, and Gesicki.
I think this game is like Terrence said, man. This might be we can find some serious points.
It might be a sleeping game.
Yeah.
It could definitely be a sleeping game.
Because I was sitting there looking, I was like, hold up, man, I got him, I got Waddle, I got
right. It could be a sleeping game or it could be like 10-3.
I know. You just made that joint just mad. Like, oh, right. Really? This is what we doing. Looking at third quarter, you trying to check your stats. They got 8-7-0.
Right. But that's another thing that I'll be having these little things to help me make decisions, right?
Right.
I love games that's in warm weather in like November and December.
Right.
I just feel like the players get happy because it's hot. They go out there.
Just glad to be somewhere warm.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
I feel you on that. All right, man. So next up, I'm not sure what to make of this game. This could be a barn burner. It's the Chargers versus Philadelphia. The problem is I don't know if the guys I got in this game that's on my rosters, Herbert to name one, and Keenan Allen to name another. I don't know if their production is going to be great because they have had a couple of duds the last few weeks. Eckler's still been doing this thing, that's for sure. I think between him and Jonathan Taylor, they might be the two biggest surprises at RB this year in terms of where they may finish up. And they may finish up top 4.
Taylor being Elijah Mitchell. Right,
he started too late. He if
he can still catch
earlier,
up, man. He can still catch up. Yeah.
Oh man, so it says
Chargers been stinking it up.
I know, man. Stinking up ain't the word. I've been feeling the brunt of it. I've been rolling Herbert out there every week, and Keenan Allen has been stinking it up. He's actually not done bad, and he's done better. I'll say that. But let's see. He says Keenan Allen had the top 100 yards since week 2, but he's getting wide receiver 1 usage within the offense because they pass early. Mike Williams has fallen off a cliff.
Yeah.
And it started when he got injured. Weeks 1 through 3, his average depth of target was almost 10 yards a target. Since then, let me see what is 3 or 4 games. He had an average depth of target of 14 yards, but since week 6, he's only he was only targeted just 12% of his routes after the bye. So yeah, he's between health and his role. It seems like now they only throwing deep balls rather than actually getting them in mixing up, in the intermediate game. So because like I said, he went from average of the target between 9.5 to 10 yards target to over 14. So basically, they just using him as a deep threat, which they thought he would be early on in his career where he wasn't producing as much, but that's contrary to what he was doing early in the year. But they playing the Eagles, so it's an opportunity there. What do you guys think about Jalen Hurts this week?
I mean, so like he always get you again. I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago. He always gonna get you numbers. It might not be the best from a from the standpoint of like winning games,
real football,
right, right, or from doing what the coach wanted you to do. But fantasy aspect, he's gonna definitely give you about 55 rushing yards, even 1 rushing or 1 passing touchdown, at least between 170 throwing and 300. So he's a must play every week, if you ask me, unless you got one of the elite quarterbacks. Like he's a must play, at least in a flex.
All right, you got anything on that, Jose?
No. I mean, you got to play him. I mean, he's the only one I would see on that team.
Would you play any of the receivers?
I mean, the only one would be the tight end, or Smith. If I'm really desperate, really desperate,
Smith had 1 catch, 15 yards.
If I need just a couple points,
man, I did not like Devontae Smith at all.
Yeah.
What
about Scott?
Boston. Oh, so look. So this is crazy, right? Everybody they had a bonanza in the backfield last week, but everybody but Gainwell.
Right.
So the question is,
I thought he was hurt though.
Nah.
Oh nah. The other guy was hurt. Oh yeah, right. Gainwell the rookie. He was supposed to come up.
Right.
Man, Howard came in.
Right.
So
man, that coach from Philly, man, I don't know what he doing, man. I don't know how they put up that many points. Detroit must just be super garbage, yo. and back to Gene's point about the Rams, it feels like they wanted to give the Rams a Super Bowl. Because I don't understand that trade. Now watching Jared Goff and Stafford, it's just like, who else did Detroit get? Because those two are not equal, obviously.
Yeah, I think.
The draft picks. They got draft picks.
No, they got some draft picks.
Yeah, and I think they were more concerned about the contract, right? Like, I just think that they didn't want to get Stafford a contract, and they knew that they could move off of Golf in a year or a year and a half, So, yeah, and then the draft picks.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, just on paper, it don't look like an even trade though.
Right.
Should I say on the field?
No, but it tells you a lot about the two organizations, because if you have, I mean, what was Stafford doing? Not numbers wise, but team wise when he was in Detroit, like they suck. And
I think the coach is bad too, though.
No, he was still putting up numbers.
Right. But I mean, as a team, they weren't progressing. I mean,
they haven't been impressive since Barry Sanders, and that was barely impressive.
And but Jared Goff went to a Super Bowl. Now we all know Matthew Stafford is 10 times better than Jared Goff, but that just goes to show you the difference in the organizations. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's like night and day, yo. Football is the most dependent sport on everything. Like, you don't even know how good you are if you're not in the right situation. Like, you'll never know how good you could have been if you wasn't in the right situation.
Right.
All right, man. So look, this is supposed to have been I thought this could have had a chance to be the game of the week, but considering that Kansas City been playing like trash lately, and Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers, I don't want to say lied about his vaccination status, but he didn't lie. What did he say? He said they asked him,
immune.
I was immunized. Yeah,
immunized.
I was immunized. So he's out. So you got Jordan Love, star for Green Bay, and Kansas City. They just can't seem to get going. They said that I can't remember the stat, but they said that somebody was talking about Kansas City offense trying to get too cute. They said that Travis Kelce had not gotten a pass in the end zone like over like the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah, I know. I got on my team.
I'm like, how does that even happen?
Right.
Where he doesn't get an end zone target. Like when you throw the ball to one of your best players and biggest players in the end zone.
Yeah, that's crazy. I know for me, this is still the game of the week because like it's intriguing to see what Jordan Love is gonna do. Like just to see, like, you know what I mean? Yo, you don't want to like know, you know what I mean? Like, remember all the drama like surrounding this, right? And then, you know, from a fantasy standpoint, right? I mean, you know, if someone needs a quarterback and they're desperate, you know what I mean? Like in them, like I said, you got some huge leagues.
So, I ain't gonna lie, I put him in my DFS, one of my leagues.
Right. So, like, it's going to be intriguing, right? Just from an intrigue standpoint. Like,
I know.
You want to see if Kansas City gets right, and then you want to see what Jordan Love does. So
I know Aaron Jones is going to beast out this game.
I don't know, man. They be acting like with Aaron Jones sometimes. Like, they be acting like he's just a regular running back sometimes.
You would think. Like, he had some games where he the best thing in the league, and then they act like they never heard of him the next game.
Yeah, like they don't even why. They be on that Patriots running back stuff sometimes, yo.
So look, Jordan Love's since his ranking right now, his expected output is 16.4. Yeah, y'all going over or under on that one?
Over.
Just the fact that Kansas City can't stop nobody.
Not only that, because he can run too.
Okay. Yeah, I go over just because your point about from last week where you say sometimes they put that new quarterback in, you don't know what to expect.
Right.
So
considering that Kansas City haven't been doing a good job when they game plan,
right?
I can't imagine them doing much better.
Right.
Not knowing what this guy is going to produce, it'll be interesting to see what he does. I would take the over as well. They got him his rank right now is QB 17. It's interesting seeing who is actually ahead of him in the projection. Let me see something real quick.
I just did a DFS with Zay Jones. Thanks, Sleeper King.
I mean, he's a deep threat. I don't think he's gonna get like all the targets though.
Nah, it's too late. You can't go back.
I never said I'll pick him up for DFS. I just said he go. I said run pro.
Don't try to go back on it now. I don't put $5. I got $5.
All right, so look, Jordan Love, he's behind. You gotta take Carson Wentz out because he's played, but he's behind Tannehill, Murray. And I think Murray is ranked that low because he's questionable. Murray, Daniel Jones, and Tua. Would you take him over any of those guys? Tua, Murray, Tannehill, and Bridgewater.
No.
Bridgewater. I'm taking him over Bridgewater.
You take him over Bridgewater?
Oh, because he playing the Cowboys, and the Cowboys got a great defense.
Everything got to come back.
Right.
Specifically say the defense.
And they gave. Look,
AJ, I'm getting ready to come at you. I was like, hold on, you said Dallas defense. You admitted that.
Yeah. But Bridgewater, but I said the run defense, like Bridgewater, still Bridgewater, right?
Limited.
Like a Bridgewater great game is 210 yards and 2 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the ceiling.
I see Bridgewater having a lot of passes, a lot of attempts, a lot of completions. He just don't stretch the field.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like if they get down, you know what I mean?
He gonna do the same thing he was doing if the game was close.
Right, yo. Like I just don't. Yeah. Now watch you put up 420 yards and 3 touchdowns. gonna be crazy. But nah, like I mean, Jordan Love, like yo, he's an unknown. Like, so again, that's why this game intrigues me the most. Like, because from a non-fantasy standpoint, let's say Jordan Love goes off, right? Then what does that do for the leverage of Green Bay with the Aaron Rodgers relationship? Like if Love just goes off like 28 of 40 for 360 and 3 touchdowns and 1 pick, right? Then what happens in Green Bay moving forward?
Well, Aaron Rodgers is not going to be in Green Bay next year, in my opinion.
I think he's done. So.
Yeah, especially after this last situation.
Right? Yeah. So
like,
Then one of his sponsors drop him recently, based on his vaccination stance or something like that.
I'm not sure, but that joker said he didn't lie.
But I will say it says a lot about the organization if Jordan Love is decent, because it's like how you go from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers. And you get somebody else.
It almost make me turn my TV over if they get another
right
quarterback.
But you know what though?
I don't think so, man.
Like I think that we know, right? We know how important quarterbacks are. All right, I don't know why more people don't just do that, right? Like why?
I feel like you're coming at the Redskins right now.
That's
take it personal.
Right. Yo, I'm 43 years old, yo. And the Redskins ain't never had a franchise quarterback since I've been born, yo. Joe Theismann was the last franchise quarterback, yo.
So who was it? Somebody else had a similar situation where they haven't had a franchise quarterback. They were just having a discussion about
Jets, Cleveland.
Yo, but that's what I'm saying. Like if you just look, the quarterback position is so important that you need to just draft them just cause. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I will say this: Washington did do that. They drafted RG3 and they drafted an insurance policy, and then they screwed that whole. They screwed both of them up.
right. And you remember though, but you remember the insurance policy was a 4th round pick that was just there to be groomed. You know what I mean? Like. I'm talking
not according to Shanahan.
Didn't Trent Green leave and get a Super Bowl or something like that?
He was supposed to have been he did get a Super Bowl, but he's supposed to have been the heir apparent to the Rams joint before he got injured.
Yeah, he got injured week 1. A preseason. That's what kicked off the Kurt Warner run, yo.
Yep.
But yo,
speaking of which, Kurt Warner got a movie coming out about him. Y'all seen that?
Yeah, yo, it's crazy, yo.
So Trent Green get hurt. Now Kurt Warner got a movie.
Yo, San Francisco hoarded Steve Young for years. You know what I mean? Before he got
at least you seen Steve Young perform in the USFL, and they knew he could. He had some ability.
Yeah. Then you had Garcia. Dallas still had Romo when he was pretty young, and that came and it was controversial first. Like, yo, do we keep running with this Joker or do we put Romo back in? Nah, like quarterback's too important, yo. Like
I think even now with the way that they rookies are coming in and producing, or at least getting the early experience, like there's no more sitting. I definitely think it's even more important now because you got to find out what you have, get them out there, at least have somebody waiting.
If I had a middle of the pack quarterback, I would draft a quarterback every year.
Yeah, but I guess that's kind of the thing. I mean, who was it? The Rams had Goff. They was going to move off him. After a few years,
right? No, I mean, people forget, and then I'll to this last point, and I'm done. But people forget how, like, to bring it back to my Cowboys job, people forget how bad Dak Prescott was before he got Amari Cooper in there, yo.
No, it was not, man. Was that bad?
No, not the first 2 years.
He was better than a lot of. He was better than a lot of these starting quarterbacks coming.
But he had an 8-game stretch where he couldn't do anything, yo. You know what I mean? And like you got to put him with weapons. I would draft the quarterback all the time and just put weapons around him. I would support my quarterback like tremendously until I knew he couldn't play.
You think Love's going to be the next like Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre?
I don't think.
Let's find out.
Yeah,
I think he'll be okay. I think he'll be okay because he has weapons around him. I think he'll be a good mediocre quarterback, but I don't think he's going to be a great quarterback just yet. Like.
I mean, he might stink. He might be the worst quarterback in the league for all we
know. No, he's still gonna be good. He got Devontae Adams. He still got Tunyon. He got Aaron Jones, Dillon.
So look, I got to look one more question, or this is basically 2 questions. In relation to this game, we'll move on. Is is there anything to Derek Gore, or do you think it was just a one drive situation with him in terms of his production? Or the running back for Kansas City, any excitement about him at all? Because people keep talking about he gonna eat into Darrell Williams and snaps, but really most of his production came on one drive last week. So
yeah, I don't trust.
Kansas City's not really a running team, so I don't.
All right, so the second question is, who would you rather have in this game? Devontae Adams with Love at quarterback, or would you rather go with Tyreek Hill and
Tyreek Hill,
my homeboy?
Tyreek Hill.
You rather go with Tyreek Hill?
Yeah.
4.3 speed, man. You can't.
I mean, he's had 4.3 speed all year, and they often still be sneaking.
And we're gonna find out about Devontae because I question Devontae Adams. Can he do that with a high? Like can he do that with a mediocre quarterback?
Yeah,
right.
You know what I mean? Like somebody who I respect, like McLaurin. The stat came out about him the other day, talking about how all of his catches are contested, meaning like they're not good throws.
Yeah,
just winning the battle. You know what I mean?
He's like number 2.
He's never been thrown open.
Yeah,
right. So I don't know. I just wonder, like.
So, I ain't even gonna start this, but I'm a starter, yo. Rodney gonna be pissed again. Hey, Jose, how great is Joey Rice, yo?
Oh,
he's the greatest.
Right. I mean, I'm saying going with returns just said, right? Like, how great is Joey Rice? Think about it.
What? Because it's 2 quarterbacks.
Just saying, he never had to go like this.
Hold on, let me tell you this. Right?
No window.
Jerry Rice.
I ain't taking the bait, Jose. I mean,
Jerry Rice.
Like
he had separation.
All he had to do was this.
Yeah, but look, Jerry Rice
had to go over here with the joint, yo.
Look, Jerry Rice had to catch slants and took him up for almost 90 yards. He did all post catches, comebacks. He did a couple fades, but mostly were all intermediates.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying
we can go there to Michael.
He trying to get your blood pressure up, Jose.
Right, I know.
He's trying to get.
How great was Parsons?
He's just trying to get your blood pressure up.
Conversation, yo.
It's up there now. It's up there. You woke me up.
He's like, what? Are you questioning?
Jerry Rice the GOAT?
Yeah, Garcia.
Hold on, hold up.
Then he went to Rich Gannon when Rich Gannon was balling out. I'm just saying, yo.
He balled out with Rich Gannon. He balled out with every quarterback, no matter who it was.
They all were at their best seasons. They all were at their peak. I'm just asking the question. I'm not saying I don't agree with you. I'm just saying Terrence made a point, and I'm just saying like you could,
You put Jerry Rice on any team when he was in his prime, he still would have did the same.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, he still would have did the same.
All right. Look, next game up. Arizona. Look, speaking of which, Arizona Cardinals, San Francisco 49ers. Cardinals favored by 1 as a road team, which means really they favored by 4 points as a visiting team.
Which is crazy though. They favored by 1 point.
Right.
Like that would be if I was betting.
That's because of Murray. That's because Murray hurt and Hopkins.
But they questionable though.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting.
And then last game they played was 14-17, I think.
So
17-10.
17-10.
Or 17-10 win.
Yeah, and it was with Trey Lance too.
So look, I'm gonna get my personal bias out on this game real quick, and I'm gonna let y'all have at it. First and foremost, if Brandon Ayuk become a thing, I'm gonna be pissed. you want to talk about early movement?
He in the free agent,
man. He early nothing for me. I let that dude ride for about 4 or 5 weeks, and he gave me dilly squat. Second, I feel good about Chase Edmonds and James Conner because James Conner seems to be the goal line running back, and Chase Edmonds is getting a lot of work, so I need that to keep going. But we'll start with you, Jose, since it's your team. We know we're playing Elijah Mitchell.
Yep.
What's your thoughts on Ayuk and the receiving core from San Fran and Deebo Samuel?
Well, they're gonna keep feeding Deebo.
Put Kittle on that as well.
I think with this game, especially with Deebo being his hamstring on, I think his quad. I forgot what injury. It's either his quad, no, his calf.
Calf injury. Yeah.
Well, I think they're going to balance it out this game. I think they're going to give it more to Elijah Mitchell and Jeff Wilson Jr. and a little bit of Hasty, but they're also going to start getting Kittle involved. He's going to get a little bit more catches this game, and then Ayuk is going to start also getting a little bit more catches. He's probably going to get maybe 7 targets. But Debo is going to be the focal point, but not as much as he was the previous game because of that calf muscle. They want to make sure he's healthy.
Kittle's first game back.
Mm-hmm. They're going to scheme up some plays for him.
Because the Arizona defense is only giving up 3.7 points a game to tight ends.
Yeah, but he knows them. Kittle it's a conference game. They know each other, and Baker is Buda Baker. Buda Baker is always mostly checking him and Isaiah Simmons, right? But he's going to get open because everybody's going to be focused on Debo. Like, it's going to be balanced, and the way they're going to scheme it up, they're going to be able to run now because they don't have Wyatt. The reason why that first game, Wyatt was really he was like clearing out the offensive line. He was crashing in and like destroying a lot of the plays. This time they don't have him, and they're going to play off of that, and they're going to really run off of Trent Williams. So it's going to be a running game this game, but I do see if that running game goes off, Kittle is going to go off because it goes off of that running game.
You got something on that turn?
I was gonna say Kittle versus I was trying to give Kittle stats versus Arizona, but I don't got him because he ain't played last year.
Right.
So,
the thing is before he got injured, right? Of his first 4 games, he was tight end 11 in fantasy scoring. Most of that due to the fact that he didn't have any touchdowns.
He doesn't have touchdowns. He always has catches and yards. He's not a touchdown guy. I'll tell you that now. Like, that's his biggest issue. When they go to the red zone, they don't go for it.
Any
came back week 16 last year.
Mm-hmm. After injury, yeah.
He had 92 yards versus Arizona.
That goes to Jose's point about him getting yards.
Yeah, and in the first game, he was week 1. He had 4 receptions, 44 yards, no touchdowns.
So with Arizona, you got Kyler Murray who's questionable, DeAndre Hopkins who's questionable. What does that do for their passing attack? If Kyler Murray plays, right, he may not be, currently may not be as mobile, but DeAndre Hopkins is questionable. I don't know. It can go a bunch of ways.
You saw they put AJ Green on IR too.
COVID.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So that leaves it potentially if
it's going to be Kirk and Moore.
It'd be Kirk and Moore and Ertz.
Yep.
That's kind of what I was getting to. So what does that do if Hopkins plays? Are you even considering Kirk or Moore?
Yeah.
With AJ Green, because I think Kirk gets the bump with AJ Green being out, right?
Yeah.
I would say that. But if Hopkins is out, then do you think they inherit all the production between Kirk and
if Murray out, don't play none of them Bama's.
No, he still got Mr. Backup. What's his name? He played with Washington.
The Hawaiian dude from Hawaii.
No, not from Hawaii, from Texas.
Oh, Colt McCoy.
Colt McCoy, yeah. He's going to give it. It's going to be mostly Ertz. It's going to be Rondale Moore because they're going to be creative. Rondale Moore. It's going to be to the running backs, Connor and it's going to be Kirk, Rondale Moore, Ertz as the receivers, and then the running backs. They're not going to do anything. If they ain't got Hopkins, they ain't going to do nothing like two spikes. It's going to be only dump offs, slants, quick patterns, move off like that.
Yo. The fact that we got Baltimore here blows. I'm looking at the coverage map of the games, and the Cowboy game is everywhere except here because we got to deal with the Ravens now. Wasn't always a thing for us Cowboys fans. Saying, yo.
Sound like he hurt.
We got to deal with the Ravens, yo. I don't feel like going to Green Turtles today, yo. I want to just lay on my couch, yo. All
right, look, man. So we pushing up on time. So let's go ahead and knock these out real quick. We did the last 2 games, and we get Jose sleepers. We got the Titans and Rams. I guess the question is, man, we know we playing with the Rams. We pretty much rolling everybody out there. But we know the big question in terms of AJ Brown. I got to be specific when I say that. Between you roll a Cooper Cup out there, Robert Woods, Van Jefferson. I'm not sure what we can expect out of that. But he is a deep threat to forming this now in that role, solely in that role. Now that they cut the other guy, but with Tennessee, does Ryan Tannehill get a bump up with with Henry being out? Do you see him lean on the pass more, or do you see an offense just looking different?
Offense looking different. I mean, that defense, they're going against the Rams defense.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if the offense looking different, then you got to give Tannehill a bump because, normally they just depend on Derrick Henry. So my point is, I actually think that they're going to still try to run the ball, stay run heavy. So, yeah, I'm not giving Tannehill a bump up. I actually think they can put less people in the box now, which might make it harder for AJ.
Right.
So
I can see that. You got anything on that, Gene?
Nope.
Between AJ and Peterson and McNichols, who would you expect to have a better game between Peterson and McNichols?
McNichols.
Right now, it looks like
because they got Peterson, they got Dante something Freeman, or
yeah, but I think Peterson's gonna get all the goal line touches though.
Yeah, I think he won't get the goal line touches.
Really run between the tackles back.
So basically, from the consensus ranking, got McNichols at 28 and Peterson at 30, and in between that Tony Pollard. So they basically got both of them kind of in that RB3 or flex category at the moment, and I could kind of respect that because you're not sure what the split's going to look like. McNichols has been in the offense; he knows it. He's a better pass catcher, but Peterson, like you said, can see all the goal line carries or get most of the early down carries. So, this should be interesting, man. Definitely think you rolling Darrell Henderson out there for Los Angeles as well. The Rams are favored by 7.5, and I forgot to give that. And the over under on this is 53.5 points. Is that the highest point total of the week, Terrence? 53.5? For
I just had it up. The highest is Tennessee and Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And then yep. That's it. That's the highest.
So this will be interesting, man. Hopefully it won't just be Los Angeles getting all the points. And so it'll be interesting to see how much production Jeremy Nichols and Adrian Peterson has for Tennessee and trying to compensate for Derrick Henry being out. Next game, Chicago Bears, Pittsburgh Steelers. We call this the no offense game. Justin Fields, man, he broke out. You guys think, but he's playing a tough Pittsburgh defense. Pittsburgh is favored by 6. Over under is 40 points, so not that large of a number. We don't like Roethlisberger has finished 28, 23, 23, 29, 18, 23, and 18. So you're not playing him. Justin Fields. The only way you play Roethlisberger is if you like me in a league with a salary cap and you got super flex. Justin Fields, you guys running him out there this week? I wouldn't.
I'm not.
I like him long term, but not against Pittsburgh.
Right.
Yeah.
I think.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, just getting into the running backs. We know Najee Harris is in for a big workload this week. But what about Khalil Herbert for Chicago?
I mean, you saw what what's his name, Alex Collins did against Pittsburgh a couple weeks ago from Seattle.
Right.
So I mean, that you can run on him. And I think Montgomery's supposed to come back, but he only supposed to get a few. He's supposed to be limited. So I like Herbert for at least 15 touches.
Wow. Oh man. So my bad, man. I got some crazy news. Somebody just texted me, but from a receiver standpoint, man, I think it's safe. I think Allen Robinson years a wrap. I don't see him coming back at all. And it's crazy because we seen years when he was with Jacksonville, where he didn't have a great quarterback, but still was able to put up crazy numbers. And Chicago has basically just killed his production this year. Other than Deontay Johnson, any other receivers that you like in this game? Maybe Chase Claypool. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I like Chase Claypool. I think he's gonna him and Fairmouth.
Yeah, I'm gonna say we definitely know you rolling for Frymouth out there.
Yeah, Frymouth and Harris. Najee Harris.
He's in for a big workload. Yeah, you touch anybody else, Gene? Between right now we got Harris, you playing Deontay Johnson. They say you like Claypool and Frymouth. Anybody else?
No, I really, like you said, man, this is no offense game. Like this is like dreadful. I wouldn't touch anybody unless I absolutely had to. I think you got to touch on like Najee Harris. He gets a lot of touches, but that's about it. Like I'm not touching anybody from this game on offense. Now the defenses, though, you might want, if you got Pittsburgh defense, I would definitely play him because Chicago's offense has been anemic.
So yeah, man. So that's it for the games, man. Let's get to it. Let's real quick. Turns. Since you still there?
Turn froze, or is he just still as a mud?
Nah, you know what?
His computer died.
Yeah, I think it finally died. That's what I was trying to get through. But go ahead, Jose, drop your give your fantasy lineups, your upstate fantasy lineups, your DFS, and then we'll each give our DFS lineup, and then we'll go into your Hail Marys.
All right, so the one I got is Josh Allen.
Okay.
Kenyon Drake.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Jacobs, Bateman, Higgins, Emmanuel Sanders, Gesicki, Chubbs, and defense Bills.
Okay. All right. So I'll do two. I got for FanDuel, I had Josh Allen, Damian Harris, Zach Moss, Diggs, Judy, Chase, Waller, Keenan Allen, and then let me see. I'm sorry, I changed that. So Allen, Damian Harris, Zach Moss, Diggs, Judy, Kadarius Toney, Darren Waller, Austin Eckler, and San Fran's defense. And if I can get Arizona to have all them people out, then I think I'd be good to go on my defensive pick. You got a lineup at all, Gene?
Yeah. I'm running off the draft king. I'm still struggling with the DFS account issue.
Right.
Nick Chubb, Elijah Mitchell, Randall Cobb, Thielen, Chase, Hunter Henry, KJ Osborne in my flex, and I'm rolling with the Bills defense.
Bills defense, okay. For Yahoo, I have I got Lamar Jackson, Cook, Damian Harris, Marvin Jones Jr., Cooks, Higgins, Waller, Eckler, and again San Fran defense. Oh, here we go.
Thank you, Ronnie. I like that San Fran defense.
That's what I'm going like because they weren't expected to do much, but if we can get any of those guys playing below their either hurt and being out or below their expected performance production numbers, we might be in good shape.
One of the low defense I picked was Miami defense and Chiefs defense. Surprisingly,
Yep, I got both of them.
Look, Chiefs was one of my defenses I had too, so it'll be interesting. So, Terrence, go ahead, give us your one of your DFS lineup. You can either choose DraftKings or FanDuel, either one.
FanDuel. I'm gonna go off memory right here. So I'm going heavy Miami. Warm weather, they're gonna be feeling good. So I'm going Tua, Waddle, Gesicki, Miami defense, and then my running backs. I gotta go cheap there, so I'm going AJ Dillon. And then I actually who did I have on my other one? I think I got Mixon. And then for my wide receivers, I got Patterson. And I said Waddle, right? Waddle, Patterson, and then I need two more other people. I got two other people I need to fill in. I ain't got it in front of me, so I can't. But I think I pretty much just need a flex, and I need another receiver. So depending on what the money would look like, I like Debo this week if he plays, and then Brown from the Ravens. But I don't know what the money look like on that. So, but Brown would definitely fit in, and then I would just fit in somebody for cheap at the flex.
I do got a question, right? So, what do you think about this one? This is one of my second lineups, right? Is Derek Carr, Damian Harris, Aaron Jones, T. Higgins, Hunter Renfrow, John Waddle, McKissick, and Nick Chubb's and Dolphins defense.
I didn't play Aaron Jones in many lineups because I just felt like the defense gonna be focused on him, and they're gonna try to force the quarterback to throw. But that that can go either way. They can give him a lot of work because they just want him to carry it. So I was kind of up in the air on that, but I was
looking at him catching also. I was looking at him catching.
Yeah. So I mean. Yeah, that's that might go. And then who is the Raiders playing?
The Raiders,
Minnesota.
The
Raiders.
The Raiders.
No.
The Raiders are playing. Oh, hold on.
You said Derek Carr, right?
Giants.
Yeah,
Yeah, Derek Carr is like top 10 quarterback right now, I think.
Yeah, Raiders playing the Giants. So.
Oh, okay.
He's about to say something, Jose?
Oh, my bad. I got distracted with Bella.
No, look, go ahead, run your sleepers off. We go ahead.
My sleepers for this week is just Dan Arnold and Jamal Agnew.
Okay, but somebody you already got on your roster, right? Agnew,
I got on my roster. I just picked them up.
Thanks a lot. You gave them notes early in the week so I can pick them up.
I said it last week.
Did you?
Yeah, and I picked them up this week. Reason why I picked them up.
You think Trevor Lawrence gonna go off then?
No. It's just for it's points. It's in our league. He does returns, so I see Buffalo scoring a lot, doing a lot of kickoff returns, a lot of punt returns, and then also they're starting to feature him more in this, and like he's starting to take more targets away from Shenault. So what I've been reading is that they're trying to put him more in the scheme and have him do a lot of slants, a lot of small, short routes, but he's a specialist. And Chicago just released Rashad Perriman. But so he does a lot of slants. So and 12 targets last week, and his targets been going up since 3 weeks. So I seen him throwing the ball, trying to keep up with the Bills. So That's why I see most of my points. I see him getting about 24, 20 points because I benched my receiver for him. I benched because I'm trying to catch up. I'm trying to catch up to AJ. I benched Kirk. I think Kirk is going to go off, but I gotta do a Hail Mary. So I'm trying to see if he can get 20 points, and I think Kirk is going to get I think Kirk's playing a little harder defense. They know each other. You got any sleepers this week?
I don't. Dan Arnold's my way to pick up some. But no, that's. You got any turns?
Yeah, I told y'all the tight end from Houston. That's my sleeper.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was your deep sleeper. Run his name over one more time.
Yeah.
Reverend Jordan. I wrote it down. I know his name.
Reverend Jordan. All right.
Number 9 from Miami University. 6'3", 245.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right, fellas, man. That's another one in the books. Hopefully, AJ can didn't take notes well, and we can kind of make up the point difference here because Lord knows we need it. But other than that, man, it's another one in the books. Best of luck to y'all to finish in second to me. I will see you guys in the next. Hopefully, I need to at least get a weekly payout, something to make me feel good about myself. All right, fellas. I'll holler at y'all.
All right, fellas.
All right, y'all take care.
All right.